This right here is a TRD. This is what we're going to replace. It's a glass capsule that has a chemical inside. When you have flame rollout, this glass tends to break, and then the cover on the bottom closes, so you can't get any flame to the hot water heater. So this is what we're going to change. You got to turn off the gas valve first. You're going to loose out the pilot line, the main line, and the thermocouple. So you put the rotary knob there. So I'm going to use this here, the Torx. Loose out some of these bolts here. So we're going to try to clean out the gasket here, the RTV silicone. So we get a chisel, a very sharp chisel. You can just clean that off. Clean that, and then you're going to clean this burner here. The RTV hold up well for this piece here. No problem here. You just have to clean this off for the new gasket. This chisel has been sharpened pretty good. degree, and then it should pop out. So this is it. See? And the flap is inside here. The flap is under here. This is the pin. When you push this pin down, it opens the flap. Let me get something. Yeah, you see? If you can see it, we push it down. We push it down. I open the flap on the bottom. Okay? That's all it is. The safety. It's a safety device. So let's put in the original, which is ordered from the company. Right? You have to put in the original, which is this here. Right? So when you put it in, you gotta turn it 90 degrees. When you compare the two, it goes down with a pressure. See, I just put in the TRD. That's how it's supposed to be. So when the glass breaks, the bottom pops up, and that shuts the burner down. That's an important safety device. So in case if you get flame roll off and the device breaks, you will want to catch a fire. And also it's more safety device. You got thermocouple, which is another safety device, and then you got a TRD. So you have two of them in here. That's very important. Don't bypass it. You can bypass it temporarily, but not for too long, until you get the part. So we're gonna close this up, and then we're gonna light it back. Okay, so I have the gasket in here. So I just gotta fit it in, then hook up back the line. You put the big one in first. The gas line, the main gas line you put in first. You could use a little bit of pipe threader on it if you want. So this helps it slide in more easily. I use Pro Dope. Get this at Home Depot. Want to hand tighten it. Very important to hand tighten this thing. You don't want to cross thread it time like now, because then you'll ruin the valve. So always make sure, even if it doesn't go, make sure you just keep hand tightening it. Don't ever use a tool. Try to wiggle it. Turn on the gas valve. And come down here. Okay, I just turned around the camera. So you're gonna hit the clicker, which is up here. Right, and when you click this, you're gonna see a spark inside there. Right? So what you want to do, when you want to light it, you put it on pilot. This is the pilot mode right here. You want to hold this down. Right? You want to hold this down, then you want to click here. Right? And that's going to cause it to light. So I'm just going to show you how it's going to light. Okay, it's lit. But that's the thermocouple. Now what you do, you have to hold down the pilot, right? You have to hold it down. Now what that's gonna do, that's gonna heat up the thermocouple, which is this line right here. And once that's heat up, right? Once you heat that up, the pilot should stay on. Okay, so you hold it down for about 30 seconds, and then when you release it slowly. You release it slowly so it doesn't turn off. You want to release it too fast because it works on a magnetic switch. You lift it up slowly, slowly. Right now I'm lifting it up very slowly. Slowly, 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 slowly. Okay, now I took my finger off it and let's take a look inside. You see, the pilot is still on and I'm not holding it down. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna turn on the gas valve. We're gonna actually turn on the water heater. Okay, so we're gonna put this to on, right? It's on now. Let me just put some light at the top so you can see it. It's on now, right? So then let's look down here. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna move the pilot. Let's move the pilot. We move the pilot. We're gonna turn this knob clockwise like this until it reaches here, right? So we have an arrow, which is right here. That's gonna line up with this arrow here. But when I turn it, you're gonna see the flame come on the inside. I'm gonna turn it. I'm turning it. Okay, see the flame came on. See the burner in there, it's going. You notice the flame is getting blue. The yellow is coming off, which means it's getting plenty of oxygen. Okay, it's on here. What we're gonna do, we're gonna put a little bit hot. So they have a little more hot water. Not too hot, you don't want it too hot. You don't want to put it very hot. Okay? You want to put it very hot because you have small children. So let's take, you see the burner here is running good. The seals and everything looks good here. The seals and stuff look good here. The line here, you just gotta put this, those it together. Okay, everything looks good in here. Now, before you do this, make sure there's water in the tank. Or there's water in the tank. So, see the flame is nice and blue? Take a look at the flame. This is how it's supposed to look. Nice and blue. You got the pilot lid